I'm going to make a hand knob very similar to this one, and my goal is to not turn it into a project. I see a lot of people cut circles and cut circles within circles on their drill press, and they make little knobbies and they route them and sand them and paint them, and they're very beautiful. That's not really what I'm after. I'm after something for simplicity. Crosses my mind on a table saw. It's pretty easy to cut a square. It's also easy to cut a triangle. So although I think a circle is nice, I think a circle with nubbies is a little harder to make. And I think a triangle is really the way to go. And the way I'm going to make a triangle is I'm just going to cut it on the table saw. If you tip your miter gauge to 60 degrees, this way and this way, you end up with an equilateral triangle, which is also easy to find the center of. So that's the way I'm going to go. So this 3/4 inch piece of plywood was just a scrap I had in my shop. I think it's got some hardwood laminations in it. It may be entirely made out of hardwood, I'm not sure. It's very old. And it's about 2.5 inches wide, which I think is a good size for a knob. And now I'm just going to use a square to locate the center. Along this edge, if you line it up with the apex of the point, you're in the middle of the triangle because it's an equilateral. Well, these are certainly not the fanciest knobs out there in the world, but I think they are simple to make and practical. To cut them, you just need a table saw with a decent miter gauge that you can offset 30 degrees. I used 2 files. Triangular file for this task would be particularly convenient. I also used a 1/4 inch chisel, mallet and an awl, and a center punch to mark the center of the triangle, and I used the square to find it. For my particular 1/4 inch nut that I used, the 7/16 inch drill was about the right size. And of course I use calipers to measure it, but you don't have to do that either. I used the drill press. I think that was optional, certainly a hand drill. So here are the 2 knobs completed. The epoxy hasn't set up yet. The total work time for the 2 of them, probably about 20 minutes, not counting all the time I've been fiddling with the camera. It's a 1/4 inch thread. You can see it actually spins right onto this bolt. It seems to work fine. Not that I'd suspect it wouldn't. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Of course, if you like it, don't afraid to like. Thanks again.